Now let's take a look at Math 7 Unit 6 Lesson I. So we're going to be looking at more percents, but this time finding the percent and the whole number. So now we're going to be using the percent proportions and the percent equations to solve problems that involve more percents. So you're going to use a couple of lessons that we've done previously in this unit. We're going to apply it to this section as well. So the first thing I want you to do is to pause the video. You can either pause it now and write down all the definitions, or you can listen to the rest of my explanations and then pause it at the end or rewind to write down these definitions. So the first one is reviewing what a percent is. So remember, a percent is a ratio comparing a number to 100. So if you see a percent like 65%, that simply means 65 compared to 100. Now in a previous unit we talked about a previous lesson in Unit 6, we talked about percent proportions, where we set up the problem like this. I did use 3 different highlighters. So we had the part over the whole equals the percent over 100. Now keep in mind the part often was found around the word is, and then the whole was often seen around the word of. Now that doesn't happen 100% of the time, but the majority of the time this is what you're going to see. Then in another lesson in this unit we talked about the decimal method, where you take the percent as a decimal times the whole number, and that will equal the part. So we're going to focus on those again on this unit. I'm going to show you some different ways to solve some percent problems. Now remember, there are 4 pieces to every percent problem. We have the part, we have the whole, the percent, and 100. And remember, the 100 never changes if you are using the proportion method, so that always is going to be 100. Now the last thing we're going to fill out on this page before we do some examples is let's just finish reviewing a couple things. So remember, since the 100 is always known, that leaves these other 3 numbers, and that's why I'm using 3 different highlighters. So you will be given any 2 of these, and you will need to be able to solve for the one that is missing. Remember, we use a variable for that. So far we have only solved problems where we have had to find the part. So if you go back to the previous lessons, we were always looking for the part. But today we're going to learn how to find the percent and the whole number. So we're going to be looking at the whole number, we're looking for that, or the percent. Now 2 more things to touch base with you on regarding key points. So first, make sure you followed the directions. If the directions state to use a specific method, for example using proportions up here, then you must use that method and you must show all of your work. And last, a proportion is also known as an equation. And this means that you must have an equal sign in your proportion. So this video was to mainly review a couple of key points and information. So in the next video we'll actually start using some examples.